Hi guys, today we are just on the Pouring Me YouTube channel, just bringing to you some words of counsel. As you know, we like to bring to you words fit for your conscience. And today we are in the game, a game of life. Let's see what happened in this game. Yes, so sometimes we have situations and we have things in our lives that cause us to want to just run away, and we want to do that, but then God is there standing by waiting to save us. And let's see what happens now. This is me, I'm right here, and this is me. I grab and I go after life every day, but sometimes we are not in a position to control what happened. Look at this. See, sometimes we have to fight. Sometimes we have to go after what we want to go. Look at that. See? Yes. And sometimes life brings us some really hard blows, and we have to do some extraordinary things to keep our sanity. We have to do some things. Look at this. Look at that. And that's one more opportunity where God gets for us to really trust Him. Look at that. See? Sometimes we feel like we can't even save the situation, but we go on and on in life, and we go on, and then there you go. See, full speed ahead. We're there and we're doing our little thing, and we realize that there's nothing that we can possibly do without God saving us, without God standing in the midst for us, without God keeping us and preserving us. And there along the way we have different things. The ball just throw in our financial life, in our situation sometimes where we have anxiety for one issue or another. And it's like a ball game we're in, but deep down, we cannot do anything without God standing in the midst, at the center, at the head of everything that we do. We rush, we fight, we do everything that we can do in our power. But the ultimate saving of everything is when God stands at the stop, at the doorpost of our lives, when He stands at the head, when He stands in our situation. Here we have it. We don't know what tomorrow brings. All we know, who is our keeper, who is our goalkeeper. God is our keeper. He's our guide. He saves us. He provides for us. He protects us. And sometimes we do fall. Sometimes we do get in situation that is insurmountable. But we can only just trust Him. We can only just believe in Him. We can only just know that He's right there standing by. And there's another thing that we need to do as Christians when we go into this warfare, the ball game of life. We have to just trust God. We have to pray through our situation. We have to just give Him everything. Sometimes we can't even see the situation that we go into. We can't even see what the end is going to be like. All we know is that He's standing by. There's a song that I love very much. It says, God is standing by. Don't worry, don't fret. See? There is one time in our lives where we just have to depend upon God solely. We just have to trust Him. And deep around the corner, there goes. The situation comes to our right. He comes to our defense, and He's our defender. He's our guide. He's our king. The ball game of life sometimes throw us in the corner. It throws us in the corner. And we feel like we're locked into this cage of uncertainty. It feels like we are locked into this cage of depression. It seems as if we're locked into a cage where we cannot feel like we're going to get a breakthrough, but deep down, God is at the end. God is at the end. There's a song that I love very much. It says, God is in the story. God is in the details. And the details of our life sometimes, it's not set the way or we want. And we get confused and we get bumped down. And we even worry to the point of depression. But we just need to know in whom we believe. God parted the Red Sea. He allowed Moses to part the Red Sea with just one little rod. So He has the power. He has the power to stop anything that comes in our lives. See, the ball has disappeared and it went somewhere else that we didn't even plan, because that's what life does. Life throws some hard balls. It throws some curves. And through it all, we just have to trust Him. Through it all, God is always standing at the goalpost of our lives. He's standing at the part of our lives that we need Him most. And that is at the head of the game. He's always at the head of the game. And sometimes we feel like we're in this game of life where we just don't know when. We just don't know how. We just don't know where we're going to go. We just don't know what's going to happen. But all we know is that God has the power. He has the ability. He has the might, the strength. He has everything in his hand for his purpose. Listen, sometimes the stuff that God does for us is not for us. It's to show his power. See, right there and then we realize that some of the things we cannot do for ourselves, we have to just let him do it. You understand? Some of the things we rush, we fight, we push for, but it is only in God's hand that the situation can be solved. Look at that. It's just a simple ball game, but see, sometimes we miss. Sometimes we plan our lives and we miss, right? Because we did not trust him enough to carry us through. And let me tell you something. Some of us think that we are gods and we want to plan our lives and set out our lives in the way we see. But that's not how it works with God. God sees down the road. He knows what's going to happen. He plans our future. And that is why he writes our story. He writes our story. And because he writes our story, we are just the actor into the scene of this scene called life. You know, this little girl, she's on the opposite side representing God, controlling the ball as a goalkeeper. God doesn't get tired. My daughter here, might get tired, but God does not get tired. To solve our situation, he doesn't get tired. And the good thing about God is that he sees all of us in our own situation. He sees us individually. He sees us and he knows what we're going through. And we just know that he has a purpose, he has a plan. See, the game of life sometimes throws us the curve that we don't want. But God can save us. He's our protector, he's our guide, and he's our savior. So if you feel like you're in a ball game right now with your situation, just know that God is standing by. And we don't need to worry. We don't need to fret. We just need to trust him and know that one of these days, he's going to say, well done, good and faithful servant. Because you have trusted me with this part of your life, I will take over and I will make all things new on your behalf. So guys, until then, just know that God is able. God is standing by. And he is the only goalkeeper that can do stuff for